Hello everyone, named Jalise. This is a JJ Movie T / Game Reviews, everybody. And right now, everyone, I'm going to give you my top 12 Star Wars and Lord of the Rings films. And Lord of the Rings / Hobbit films. Now, here's the thing. There's been 6 Lord of the Rings films and Hobbit films and 6 Star Wars films. And here's the thing. Some people are saying, which one's better, Star Wars or Lord of the Rings series? In my opinion, and this is my opinion, I like Lord of the Rings series better than Star Wars. One, because all their films were more or less great. Now, for Star Wars, I think you know why Star Wars is kind of weak in that sense. Because one of their films, in my opinion, only one, is not as up to par. But here's the thing. This is my own list of the top 12 Star Wars and Lord of the Rings / Hobbit films. So, yeah, everyone. This is my opinion. Let me know what y'all think, everyone. And hopefully y'all agree with this. Now, my least favorite, number 12 on this list, since there's 6 and 6 for Star Wars and Lord of the Rings / Hobbit films. Which ones is my least favorite? Is other than the Attack of the Clones. Hayden Christensen ruined this film for me. Him and Natalie Portman, they focus so much stuff on Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman's relationship as Anakin Skywalker and Padme. Their love story is the worst love story I ever seen. Well, not the worst love story, it's just the worst overall acting of love. It's just so dang horrible. Plus side, Jango Fett, Boba Fett's father's in this one. We get new places like Kenobi. Yoda fights Count Dooku, which is Christopher Lee. And Christopher Lee, he's in both the Lord of the Rings / Hobbit films and Star Wars too. So, gotta love Christopher Lee. But yeah, also, Ed McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi is phenomenal, this stuff. It wasn't the greatest film of all time. It's just, if these two characters, Natalie Portman's love story with Hayden Christensen, it just didn't do it for me at all. The whole Anakin love story was just way too damn much. And overall, is it the greatest film of all time? No, but it's not the worst. I don't hate none of the Star Wars film or Lord of the Rings / Hobbit films. I never did. I think there are flaws, but I don't dare say like, oh god, they're like the Resident Evil films. No, it's not that bad. But yeah, the Attack of the Clones, I gave it 8 out of 10, and that's very generous in my opinion. I did not enjoy the Attack of the Clones that much at all. I did like the entire Jedi Coliseum where they fought against the droids. Yes, it was good and it was interesting, but it's my favorite. So number 12 on the list is Star Wars: The Attack of the Clones. Number 11 on the list is none other than The Hobbit: Unexpected Journey. Well, this started off. And here's the thing, anything that starts off a trilogy has to be good. This was a pretty dang good film. I greatly enjoyed this film. But it ain't like the one where you're like, oh, it's an instant masterpiece, it's an instant classic. No. The Hobbit: Unexpected Journey had a lot of flaws in my opinion just because of this overall use of CGI. Compared to Lord of the Rings film, they don't do enough costume designs for orcs. All the orcs look the freaking same. The entire areas look very CGI effect. The plus side, the introduction of Bilbo Baggins is awesome. Doran Oakenshield is awesome. The End of the Grey makes a return, or Ian McKellen's. I greatly enjoyed it. The riddle scene with Gollum was amazing as well, but still, it's not my favorite movie of all time, The Hobbit: Unexpected Journey, but I do have some great moments of this film. And out of a 10, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. It's a pretty dang good film on its own. Compared to Lord of the Rings, my fault with this film is I compared it too much to Lord of the Rings, and I didn't judge it on its overall just as a single movie. So yeah, Unexpected Journey is number 11 on the list. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. Not my favorite. Now everyone's gonna hate me for this one. Man, I can hear it. Number 10 on my list is not Star Wars: The New Hope. Here's the thing. I've been saying this over and over again. Star Wars: The New Hope is a very overrated movie. Now, Star Wars: The New Hope. Here's the thing. When you get into something, everyone says, oh, Star Wars: A New Hope is the reason why I got into Star Wars. To me, Star Wars: A New Hope didn't get me into Star Wars. It just got me, okay, it's interesting. I'll watch the next movie just to see it. But A New Hope is not the standard. It's like The Godfather. Look at this. When you saw the first Godfather movie, you knew you were watching a masterpiece. You knew instantly, and you knew you wanted to watch the second one. It just wants you to dig deeper into it. Same thing with Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring. And with the Terminator 1. Terminator 1 and Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring, when you saw those films, you were just like, man, I just need to see the second one now because you're totally into it. New Hope didn't get me too much into it. It had a very slow pace at the beginning. Luke Skywalker's defended for the reason why he defends the Force, even though he learned it after just 10 less than 10 hours before. He's like, oh, you don't believe in the Force. Luke Skywalker just wanted to believe in something so he could just get out of Tatooine, in my opinion. Introduction of Harrison Ford to Han Solo is awesome. Chewbacca's awesome. I like his little relationship with Princess Leia and all that stuff. Darth Vader's good in this one, but the lightsaber scene, not my overall favorite. It's not, to me, the greatest thing in the world in Star Wars: A New Hope. But it started off something beautiful that will eventually grow into one of the greatest franchises of all time. And I love Star Wars. Don't say I'm not a Star Wars fan. I'm a great Star Wars fan. I'm a bigger Star Wars fan than Star Trek and all the other Star stuff. But yeah, Star Wars: The New Hope, number 10 on the list. 9 out of 10, same thing like The Unexpected Journey. To me, it had many flaws just like that. So yeah, number 10, Star Wars: A New Hope. Now, number 9. Now, everyone who's seen my Star Wars Worst the Best list knows, yeah, but Phantom Menace very high. Now, my opinion has changed, and Star Wars Phantom Menace is on number 9 on the list. So, my opinion has changed for the Star Wars films. Now, for instance, everyone hates this film because of Jar Jar Binks. And, yes, that's a good reason why to hate this film in many ways, but there's too many things it just brought along. Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi, awesome. It brought in the Padawan and Master relationship with Qui-Gon Jinn, played beautifully by Liam Neeson. You got one of the best Star Wars fights of all time versus Darth Maul, which was awesome. People say, oh, it's choreographed. Well, every single fucking fight scene is choreographed in movies. It's not like that. Also, the pod race, introduction of pod race, and the introduction of Anakin Skywalker when he was a little kid. I greatly enjoyed this stuff. I greatly enjoyed Origins for all this stuff. Granted, the Trade Federation wasn't overall the most interesting thing, but overall, I greatly enjoyed this film. If they didn't rely on Jar Jar Binks, everyone would say, you know what, that was a pretty dang good film. And to me, it does better than what New Hope does. And to me, I think it's a little bit better paced, but the only problem is they only have an annoying creature, Jar Jar Binks, following them around everywhere. With New Hope, it was just C-3PO, and he wasn't half as annoying as Jar Jar fucking Binks. But yeah, number 9, Star Wars Phantom Menace. I don't hate this film at all. You all know me. It's one of my favorites. Not my favorites of all time, but I still love it. Number 8 on the list. Starting at Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies. This was the ultimate conclusion of the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit films, and for the most part did a great job of completing the entire film franchise for that. But the Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies, again, the problem with the Hobbit movies is the overall use of CGI. The battle sequences sometimes look fake as hell. There wasn't no blood and gore. You felt danger for the characters, but it was like, I swear, sometimes you're watching an animation movie in some cases. That's how bad the CGI was affecting this movie for me, in my opinion. There are so many great moments. I liked the end credit scenes, The Long Goodbye. I thought it was The Last Goodbye. I thought it was a greatly enjoyable film. And yeah, so the Hobbit: The Battle of Five Armies, I greatly enjoyed this film. It's a 9.4 out of 10 for me. And it's number 7 on the list. Let me just count everybody. No, that was number 8. Number 7 on the list, and then to me, Star Wars: The Return of the Jedi. Yeah, The Return of the Jedi is simply an awesome film. I thought it was a great ending to the entire Star Wars original trilogy. I like the battle at this scene with Luke Skywalker, the whole green lightsaber thing was awesome. I like Han Solo coming back, Lando Calrissian using the Falcon, and yeah. So there are so many great things about The Return of the Jedi. I greatly enjoyed it, and I liked the whole thing with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker when Luke Skywalker hit Darth Vader's hand and he saw the metal piece, and Luke remembered his own metal hand. Machine hand. And I thought it was greatly enjoyable for The Return of the Jedi. A lot of redemption, a lot of redeeming qualities. And yeah, I love Return of the Jedi. It's a 9.4 out of 10. Okay, again, I'm counting off the 3, 4, 5. Okay, number 6 on the list, and then Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith. Now, to me, this is the best of the prequels because Hayden Christensen actually did okay job for his acting in this one. He amped it up just a bit. This is the ultimate dark side, the Revenge of the Sith. This is Order 66, extermination of all Jedi. The Clone Wars is ended. Emperor Palpatine has won. And there's so many great things about this film. I could go back to this film a million times on how great it is. The special effects were awesome. The action was awesome. The acting was almost on its point. And to me, one of the best things about this, Ewan McGregor totally sold me as Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love this film, Revenge of the Sith. The entire fall of Darth Vader's downfall was simply amazing to watch and film. And I thought this was a fantastic film in the fall of the Republic. So yeah, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Love this film. Number 6. Now, number 5 is starring The Hobbit: Desolation of Smaug. Now, to me, this is the best of the Hobbit franchise. This is the closest we're ever going to get to the Lord of the Rings franchise, in my opinion. But yeah, overall for this entire films, Desolation of Smaug, it was greatly better paced. The action was great. Benedict Cumberbatch's Smaug the Dragon was simply amazing. Another thing, my favorite thing about this entire film is the corruption of Bilbo Baggins and Thorin Oakenshield. We see Bilbo transfixed on protecting this ring. We see him kill a spider menacingly. We see him and the realization of what he just did. We see Thorin Oakenshield getting mad at the sickness of gold and dragon and the dragon gold and all that stuff. And I just thought this was a greatly better paced film, a great darker film, and I had a lot more fun with this than most of the Star Wars film combined. And so yeah, Hobbit: Desolation of Smaug. What can I say about this? It's number 5 on the list for me. Now 4, 3, and 2. I'm just gonna say right now, it's the Lord of the Rings films. This is number 4, Fellowship of the Ring. Number 3, Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, and number 4, Fellowship of the Ring. Number 3, Two Towers. Number 2, Return of the King. Yeah, so overall, for the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I thought was simply amazing. They're all like 9.7, 9.8 films. I love those films. I thought there's hardly anything wrong about it. Just the beauty of the Lord of the Rings. The first 3 original Lord of the Rings films was simply amazing. It was great for its time, and I still love it. It's my favorite trilogy of all time, in my opinion. But yeah, Lord of the Rings films, they go from number 4 to number 2. Now, my overall favorite is our Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. This is the only film ever in all my movie lists that I give a full 10 out of 10. I loved every single moment of Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. The thing of Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, the fight scene was awesome in Empire Strikes Back. Cloud City, awesome. Princess Leia and Han Solo's relationship is just awesome. The Battle of Hoth, introduction of Yoda, Boba Fett, Darth Vader announcing, "I am your father." There are too many great moments about this entire film that I could go back to a million times. For overall, if you're asking me which series is better, Lord of the Rings / Hobbit films compared to Star Wars, I'm going to say Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. Just because overall I think their films were greatly better than the Star Wars films. But, to me, if you're asking what's the single best of all those films, it's no doubt Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back. There's just no explanation of how phenomenal this film is. To me, this is a masterpiece. This is my 3rd favorite film of all fucking time. Or 2nd favorite film of all time. But yes, Empire Strikes Back, just to me, got people into Star Wars. Everyone says All New Hope was the reason why they got into Star Wars. Nope, bullshit. You all know we're the reason why you got into Star Wars, and it was not because of fucking New Hope. It was because of fucking Empire Strikes Back. It blew your mind. You wanted to become a fan after that. You watched Return of the Jedi because of that. You went to go see the Phantom Menace and all the other stuff just because of how great Empire Strikes Back was, because you wanted it to be that great again. That's it. Alright, everyone. So yeah, that's my top 12 Star Wars and Lord of the Rings / Hobbit films. Y'all know my opinion. Hobbit films and Lord of the Rings films are way better than the Star Wars franchise, in my opinion. But the overall best film is still Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back. So yeah, everyone, my name's Elise. I'm signing off. Let me know what y'all think, everyone. Leave a comment down below. Let me know about anything that you want to know about this entire list. And yeah, like I said, my opinion of Star Wars has changed. So yeah, everyone, my name's Elise. I'm signing off. You have a good day, everyone. Bye.